Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm an ink and watercolor artist. I've been filming myself draw and paint for a couple years now, so I think it's time to show you how I do it. Let's start off by nerding out about some camera talk. I'm using a pretty old JVC camcorder which shoots decent quality video and also has a time-lapse video function. I mostly film in continuous video shooting mode rather than time-lapse. Continuous video mode captures 24 pictures per second, which means I have more flexibility to slow and speed up footage as I please. However, it also means that the file size of your videos gets pretty chunky. The alternative method to continuous video shooting is time-lapse mode. For those who aren't down with the 411, time-lapse captures a single image between 1 to 20 seconds depending on your camera's settings. As the camera captures less pictures per second, it naturally condenses a lot of time into a short video clip. For artworks that take less than 30 minutes to draw, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to use time-lapse as the video clips will be too short. But for longer projects, like this awesome wall piece, it's fantastic. The video footage sizes are pretty small too, which is great for saving space on the year-old hard drive. Some artists use DSLR cameras to film and take time-lapse with too, but I don't use them for a few reasons. In continuous video shooting modes, some DSLRs will only let you film for 10 minutes before stopping the video. This is due to the camera needing to save the humongous file size. This would be a pain in the ass considering I can film with a camcorder for hours without interruption of constantly making sure it's recording. To get around this problem, you can use a DSLR in time-lapse mode. But you may need an intervalometer, which makes the camera take a photo every few seconds. But intervalometers mean they do make a lot of noise while taking a picture, which would be very distracting. The main reason I don't use a DSLR is that I find them too cumbersome and annoying to move, which makes me favour the camcorder for flexibility and ease of use. Let's talk about tripods, and no, not the ones from War of the Worlds. I merely use a $20 tripod to hold my camera. It's really easy to move it to new angles and quick to adjust and set up. The only bad thing about using a tripod is accidentally bumping it while filming, and that it can sometimes hinder your arm room. Because of that, some artists have hung their camera from brackets that extend from the roof. But for simple old me, the tripod is perfect. Let's talk about lighting. Lighting can make the difference between a good time-lapse and a bad one. Too much light and too little light can make it hard to see the details on the artwork. I just use two cheap LED flexible desk lights for my videos, which does the trick really well. Editing. I currently use Premiere Pro to edit together all my footage. It's a little more complex and more expensive than cheaper editing software, but I also use it for other projects, which justifies the cost. All you really need is a video editing suite that lets you slow down and speed up clips, which most free software packages let you do these days. And finally, let's talk about music and commentary. A plain time-lapse is pretty boring, so I usually chuck in some mediocre narration about God knows what and some royalty-free music to send off some good vibes. But what you do to make it more entertaining is up to you. And that's about it. Play around with different filming methods and just kind of feel out what works the best for your art style. If you want to read a more in-depth tutorial about lighting, cameras, and editing stuff, check out the link in the description to an article I wrote for Redbubble. Oh, and, subscribe to see more stuff on my channel. Bye for now, but not forever.
They say the grass much greener on the other side, but get there turned out to be another lie.